Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's Zoom team training call, Momentum Mondays. Congratulations to everyone who's on live. Congratulations to everyone who's listening to this recording. The date is the 28th of September 2015. And as we head into the final few days, the final 2 days of this month, there is great excitement in the air. I'm just so proud of everyone who's got some awesome goals that you're hitting. You're all, those of you who are playing full out to get on the wine tour, to get on Road to Region, that's awesome. I applaud you, and I'm cheering you on all the way. We're just going to take half an hour out tonight to talk about one of the fundamental skills that we need to acquire to build a strong, sustainable business. And that is developing the skill of presenting the Discover Arbonne presentation. We have Jayne on tonight. Welcome, Jayne. Jayne Andrews, District Manager, soon to be Executive District Manager, soon to be National Vice President. And Jayne is going to share with us her tips for preparing a Discover Arbonne video. What I want to tell you is that preparing a video is not essential because your leader has one that you can share. In fact, in the next 24 hours, there will be a new one from me that you can share with prospects. So don't feel that after tonight's training, you all need to race off and do a Discover Arbonne video. In fact, what is more important is that you stay focused on keeping the main thing the main thing. And the main thing, you're being very noisy there, Jayne.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting my charger and trying to find a quiet room because people are coming home.
All right, I'm gonna mute you for now. Hang on a minute. Now I'll go to manage participants, muting Jayne while she gets organized. Keeping the main thing, which is income producing activity, QV related activity. In the next couple of days, and in fact, if you're going for some big goals in the next month, every time you sit down to do something, I want you to ask yourself, is this QV related? Is this essential or desirable? Is this keeping the main thing the main thing? And if the answer to those questions aren't in the affirmative of this is QV related, then you don't need to do it. It's not essential. However, having said that, the more confidence that we can build in presenting and in the content of a Discover Arbonne presentation, the more confident that we will become in our business. Wouldn't you agree that every time you go to a Discover Arbonne presentation, that you leave having an increased confidence in your business? Waiting to see nods. Exactly. Every time you go to a Discover Arbonne, you hear something new, or maybe you've heard it a lot, but then this time it sinks in. And haven't you found over time that sometimes you'll be talking to someone about the business and all of a sudden you'll be saying something that you've heard in the Discover Arbonne presentation over and over? Yes, nods there too, exactly. So whether you are someone that starts to present the Discover Arbonne a lot, or whether you just use this opportunity to become even more confident in the Discover Arbonne presentation, it's all good. So first of all, I want to talk about when. So we're going to do when, what, who, and how of the Discover Arbonne presentation. When do you use a Discover Arbonne presentation? When someone who you've been inviting to a Hackney event can't attend. You've been asking them, please attend, and for various reasons, they have been unable to. So you might want to instead say, well, let's just get together for a coffee and I can present to you a Discover Arbonne presentation, or you can send a Discover Arbonne video. Of course, if someone is interstate or even global, then that would be another opportunity for you to send a Discover Arbonne video. You might also want to present a Discover Arbonne at maybe a second coffee appointment. So as you're going from one exposure to the next, presenting a Discover Arbonne might be the next thing for someone to see, delivered by you. So let's talk about what. So on the Prosperity website, you will find a script, a presentation script. So if you go to the website and you log in and you go to Consultants, and then you click on Discover Arbonne Presentations, in about the third paragraph down, you will find, and I missed it the first time, so you have to look for it, you'll find a Discover Arbonne Presentation Guide. Now, what I love about this is that they have put it on the website and it's in a Word document. And what this means is that you can tailor it, you can tailor your presentation to suit you. So this is a guide, and there's lots of wonderful information to for you to become familiar with, but then you want to make it your own. So the fact that it's a Word document means that you can make it your own. I love that. After tonight, our Facebook, Jill Andrews Area Facebook, will include the Discover Arbonne presentation that we're going to go through tonight, which is the one that's equivalent to the one on the Prosperity website. So Prosperity Team Australian version, except that ours has pictures of us. So this is personalized. You know, the slides are exactly the same, bar one, which I'll talk to you about. But these are the slides that are personal to us. And you can add a photo of you if you aren't on here and you want to make it even more personal to you. So those are the two resources that you need, the script and the Discover Arbonne presentation, either using the one on Prosperity or the one that's going to be on our Facebook page in Files. So let's talk about who. And Jayne, I want to bring you in at this point and talk to us about when you did your Discover Arbonne video, who you thought about in terms of your target market.
Well, I thought about the people that were I was most likely going to want them to access a video, and I decided that that was definitely going to be Gen Y. So perhaps the people that are more likely to be flaky about showing up to a Discover in person, or that more likely to be, you know, comfortable watching a video, you know, doing it on looking at something online, using technology, etc. So it really was tailored. The video that I've made so far is really tailored subtly towards Gen Y, in that when I talk about the benefits of the business, I talk about things that are likely to appeal to a younger demographic. I do still mention, you know, there's a slide where we talk about the different generations, and I do still mention baby boomers, Gen X, etc. briefly, but I focus more on Gen Y.
Thank you. So the point there is to always tailor your presentation to who it is that you're talking to. And in fact, there's a note here on the presentation guide that says exactly that. Share the key points, but remember to tailor your presentation to suit the person or group you're presenting to. So you want to personalize the presentation as you're giving it. Or you might want to think about being either broad of all population types, or whether you're going to be focusing on one in particular if you're doing a video. So let's talk about the how now, and walk through both the PowerPoint presentation and a little bit with the presentation guide. So Jayne, over to you for a minute, and tell us how you created your video.
Okay, I used a program called Screencast-O-Matic. Obviously, you can use Zoom. Screencast-O-Matic is what I use at school. It has a free version. There's a free version or a paid version. The free version, you drag a square to cover the part of the screen that you want, so it doesn't record your whole screen like Zoom does, which I like. You size it specifically to what you want, and then you can have a little picture of you down in the bottom. And you have a limit of 15 minutes in the free version, which I like because it keeps things short and sweet. You have to stay under 15 minutes. And I really think anything longer than 15 is too long to be sending to people in a video. You can give them enough information in a 15-minute video, and anything else that they need to know, you can tell them in a conversation.
Could you please tell us again so we can write that down? What resource did you use? What tool?
Screencast-O-Matic. So you can just Google Screencast-O-Matic and it will pop up.
Okay, thank you. And I love that it's 15 minutes only. So how many times did you have to do the presentation, Jayne, to get it within the 15 minutes?
3. First time I still had about 4 slides to go when I hit the 15-minute mark. The second time I would have been under, but a delivery man brought a package to the door while I was doing the video, and I couldn't pause it because I'm in the video. I'm like this. You can't like rewind and go over. And then third time I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's good to do it more. I practiced it before that as well. Did a run through where I wasn't actually recording as well, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And you looked gorgeous on your Discover Arbonne presentation.
Yes.
So you obviously put in a bit of effort.
Yes, and I think that's important. Make sure that you put a bit of makeup on and you look professional from the waist up. I was actually wearing tracksuit pants and you just couldn't see them. But I had put on a blazer and done my hair and my makeup at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'm ready to do the video. So I do think that's important that you present nicely. And make sure that you speak be prepared and make sure that you sound professional and you sound like you know what you're talking about. And obviously, the more you listen to Discover Arbonne, the more you watch one, the more you go to one, the more you do it, the better you're going to be, and the more authentic and natural you're going to sound, because it's so ingrained in your mind. It doesn't sound like you're reciting something from a script. You know it, so you're just saying it. And the last person that I sent the video to complimented me on how eloquent my presentation was, and I think that just comes from having seen, 50 Discover Arbonne presentations in my time as a consultant. So yeah, it pays off to go to as many and watch as many as you can.
Because in fact, when I asked Jayne, did you use the presentation guide that was on the Prosperity website, she had not, because she was just so familiar with the presentation, having seen it so many times, that she didn't need the script. So, the tool is there to use, the presentation guide, the presentation script, or not, depending on your confidence. Again, you don't have to do a video. Your leaders have one for you. But if you want to step into your business, you are the CEO of your business. If you want to demonstrate to your prospects that you are the CEO of your own business, then by all means create a video. Perhaps in your miracle hour might be a time to do it, not when you are have time to be doing income producing activity. Don't want to make that point strong enough.
I would definitely say that to make your own, it doesn't take that long. You should know the presentation. You should be studying the presentation anyway, because you should be, you know, using parts of the presentation in a one-on-one. You should know the presentation. That should be part of what you're doing in your business anyway. So then making the video is just another 30 minutes out of your time. And I think that it is really beneficial to have a video of you to send to prospects, of you talking about the business. I think that's a big plus.
A powerful tool, would you say?
Yes, powerful tool. Yes.
Okay. So you'll notice that there are 16 slides, which means that you can spend no more than a minute per slide if you're going to do this in quarter of an hour. Even if you're doing it online with someone as a one-on-one, or even if you're doing it in a coffee shop with someone, I still think 15 minutes is long enough with a presentation. And so the one that I'm redoing this. I think that's important because the previous one that I had done was up to half an hour, and I think that can be longer than we need to get the key messages across. And what we're wanting to do with this presentation and with the video is indeed to just get the key messages across. So here at this first slide, the key messages are your story.
Your 60-second story.
That's right. Introducing yourself and telling your 60-second story. You don't have any more time than that, so make sure it's your 60-second story only. You also want to thank the person, congratulate the person for being for watching the video, and asking them to have an open mind to hearing something that could change their life. So as Jayne said, just come, be authentic, be yourself. What message is it that you want to give someone who's taking the time out to listen to this? And the more Discover Arbonnes that you listen to, either this one or the very many that are on the Prosperity website or the Hackney, you'll find a message, an introductory message that suits you best. So what I like about the presentation guide is that it suggests some. Here's slide 1, Discover Arbonne introduction slide. Hang on, the Arbonne story. So it is highlighted here the key points. And what I would suggest is that you only talk to the points that aren't in subsequent slides. So there's no need to talk about Arbonne offering a global opportunity, which is one of the dot points, because you know that there's a slide coming up on it. Just let the person read that. You don't need to talk about the compensation plan because there's something coming up that's in there in more detail. So pick one or two of your favorite dot points and move on. Jayne, do you have anything to add on this slide?
Yeah, I would also say we don't need to be telling people about Peter Mork. We don't need to be talking about Peter Matravers or Kay Napier, Stian Mork. People don't know. No one knows who they are. They don't care who they are. They don't. You know, those names don't mean anything to them. When you're having a conversation with someone one-on-one and you really want to talk about Peter Mork and his vision, and if that's something you're passionate about, you can do that then. But I don't think that's necessary in the video. On this slide, I just quickly cover I basically just read out each dot point. And the only thing that I go into is the experienced, committed home office team and state-of-the-art distribution, because I say that it's one of the great things about working in network marketing. Everything that you need to run your business is already there for you. You don't have to set up a website or a distribution center or any of that infrastructure. It's already there.
Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of different styles to suit yourself. Jayne said that she reads out each one, and I've just said pick a couple and speak to them. So again, a couple of different options for you. So when it comes to network marketing slide, I think the important point to get across here is explaining to people the word of mouth aspect and the fact that everyone is doing network marketing. Think of how many times a day you actually recommend things. I think that is the key message to get across, rather than all that's not to say I don't like the fact that we also talk about the product being a high-end product at a more affordable price and the traditional retail sense, but you don't, again, we're looking at 15 minutes only, so let them read the slide, and the point you want to get across is that they're already doing network marketing now. They're just not getting paid for it.
Yeah, I think that unlike in a workshop where we emphasize the whole markup thing, that I don't talk about that at all in a Discover. I talk about word of mouth advertising. Give the example of going to a restaurant or a movie and them not sending you a check. Arbonne does send you a check, and then I talk about flexible schedule, and I use that as the first opportunity to mention all the different kinds of people that are involved in Arbonne. So it gives you the opportunity to have a flexible schedule, and I say, whether or not you're a stay-at-home mom or full-time worker, a uni student, etc., it works around your schedule.
That's a good point, Jayne. This is a business presentation, so focus on the business side of things, and exactly as Jayne mentioned, a product event, a group presentation, is where you can emphasize or talk to, in addition to the business opportunity, talk to the product advantage. Okay, so then we get to talk about the product advantage, and there are 2 slides here, and the key messages to get across here are, of course, pure, safe, and beneficial. You can have confidence in the product, whatever it is about the product that you are passionate about is what to discuss here. And there's a couple of different trains of thought. Sometimes I just like people to be able to read the dot points for themselves, and I just pick out a couple of them, and then use the opportunity to talk about my passion for the product. And then there's this slide, which is the one that is without, and so you go through these in a passionate and comprehensive way, but you can move through them fairly quickly. Jayne?
Yep, that's it.
I like this slide. It's an opportunity to stop and let someone think about the vast array of products that they already are using, which they can start to switch over to Arbonne. So this is the first time that people kind of get the sense of, oh, okay, the stop, start, share concept you're starting to introduce here with this slide. And this is where you can introduce a little bit of humor, where, can I get a bit personal? Did you take a shower today? I like that. This is, there's a line here, our products from the cradle to the grave. You're already spending money on these types of products, so there's some really good points here. The fact that they're consumable is another point you could make here. So again, you don't have a lot of time, but there's a lot of key points that you can make here on this slide. Jayne, on this one, anything else to add?
No, and I'm just monitoring our time doing this presentation as well.
Indeed, indeed.
Yeah.
So this one, This one is a good one too, because you're able to emphasize perhaps one of the particular generations if you're doing a one-on-one with someone, or touch on all of them. And there's relate to yourself in this one, but also make sure that you personalize it for the person that you're speaking to. Stop, start, and share. This is where you really get to emphasize the simplicity of the business. And you could read out these dot points or summarize them in some way, but you really want to, simple is the key message here. This business is simple. We talk about our flagship line here being the RE9 range. This is where you get to talk about the different ways that we do our business. And one of the ways that we do our business is, like I mentioned, introduced to you with an RE9 set or with a sample pack. We also do group presentations. There's a number of ways we do our business, and we always emphasize our flagship range, our RE9 range, because of the results that we get.
I like to tell the story of Kay looking for those clinical results, asking those clinical results at that point. I also don't use the word flagship because I don't think people really know what it means. So.
Okay. Do you use another word instead?
No, well, I don't really talk about that being the main product that we lead with. I just talk about it. I just tell the story of Kay looking for clinical results and us being able to be confident and proud that we have the best product on the market.
Okay. Yep. Good point. So this is where we are able to tell people that it all starts with you. Now, just a heads up at this point in time that the slide that has been taken out at the end is the fears and hesitations slide. And the prosperity, the leaders in the prosperity team, the multi-nations team, had some discussion about this. The thought was that the fears and hesitations slide focuses people on negativities, and we don't want to raise with people concerns that they might not have even had. But you can use the presentation to allay people's fears and hesitations. And one of the fears that people have is, I don't know enough people. You can overcome with these slides here. So you don't need to know a lot of people. It just starts with you, and then you know a few people, and those people know a few more people, and that's how you build a network. Now, if you want to add your own photo here, it's easy. You just go insert picture, you find a picture, you drop it in, and then you design it. You pick, or maybe you format it. You pick.
Yeah, you won't be able to show it without doing it, but it's fairly straightforward.
Yeah, see, it's under format. You pick the shape and the border, no border, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to do. The next slide is a generous compensation plan. Now, you talk to this based on where you're at, and you can be saying to people, I'm not earning this level of income yet, but I know people who are, and there are a number of people who are driving the Mercedes-Benz, and you've got a regional vice president who you spend a lot of time with, and you're on your way to national vice president. And so you can talk with confidence with this slide, because there are leaders in your team, got area managers who are earning these incomes. So be proud and be excited that you tell your story about where you're at and how long it took you to get there. Jayne, anything on this one?
Yeah, just keep it simple. You don't need to talk about the lowest or the highest incomes. You can talk about the averages if you want, but they can see the numbers there as well. So, yeah.
Okay. Global opportunity. So this is where you get to... Go ahead.
Yeah, I always emphasize here that you don't need to know people overseas. You just need to know someone who knows someone who knows someone who might know someone who's overseas.
Exactly. And if you're having a one-on-one, you could ask them the question, who do you know in these countries? So where do you see yourself? You can read them out in this order. You can just read the host and be ready to talk to them about hosting a product presentation. Talk to them about being a preferred client, and of course, what we would recommend, what I would love you to do, is to join my team and become an independent consultant, because I think you would be awesome. So take another opportunity to praise the person that you're speaking with, if it's a one-on, if you're having a one-on-one with someone, and keep your eye on the time, and you'll know how much time you've got to spend on that slide. But at this point, you'll be quickly going over to the Dream Big slide. Now, what you'll find is that the Prosperity Team presentation guide does not include the Dream Big slide. They talk about the Dream Big slide. They have put instead the one with the collage of Mercedes-Benz cars. But I was speaking to some of our leaders, and I really like the Dream Big slide. So that's why it's there. And because these are powerful questions, and it helps you to finish your presentation in a powerful way. And once you have, then thank them and let them know that you'll be in touch with them, or that.
I like to, if I'm doing a video, I like to ask people, close your eyes and picture yourself in 5 years. Where would you like to be? And ask yourself, if you keep doing what you're doing, where will you be in 5 years? Because I think that's really powerful, and focus as well on that, asking yourself, instead of what if it doesn't work, ask yourself what if it does, and kind of end on that note. And then just thank them for watching, and ask them to reach out to you with any questions, and that you'll follow up with them.
Okay, so there we have it. I hope that's given you some confidence in creating your own video, and a good understanding of where to find the documents and what the key messages should be. Any final comments, Jayne?
No, excellent. It was great.
And where is your video if people want to watch that again?
It's on the Jill Andrews area page.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll post it in the comments of tonight's link, Zoom link.
Great idea. Great idea. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night. Have an excellent end of month. Go strong. Go forth and prosper. Take care, everyone.